Running back woes of Baltimore continue.
I
Jeez.
know, man. Gus Edwards is on the pup, so he's going to miss the first 4 games. And so they went and grabbed Kenyon Drake. They cut the rookie Tyler Beatty that they grabbed in the 7th or 6th round. I think 7th, but either way,
Hmm.
he's gone.
That's that's tough. 2 seasons in a row like that. Oof.
I know, man.
And their poor mascot apparently too was.
Oh yeah, Poe, the
Poe?
mascot, tore his ACL. You're like, what? What the heck was this guy doing?
Trying
He's
to
out there running like out routes with the backup team, or like, Jesus.
They needed more running backs, so they got Poe.
There you go. They brought in Poe, and he was like, he got the curse. There's some on that field or something, man.
Nobody's gonna want to play running back on this team.
No, I wouldn't. Poor Kenyon Drake, man. I mean, he's probably going to wind up in the same situation.
Let's knock on some wood on that one.
Yeah, right. All right. So quarterback, I mean, we'll do quarterbacks and tight ends is easy because, they're really only one for each team, and we have a pretty clear idea as to the top options. But so let's fire through. So, the folks that got drafted. So Krager's got Joe Burrow. Don has Kyler Murray. Dan has Jalen Hurts. OMG has Josh Allen. Jay has Lamar. Evan has Dak. You got Mahomes, and I got Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Allen's the consensus, 101 out of that group.
Yeah.
Any reason why you might favor anyone else other than him?
For number one, no. Maybe a healthy Joe Burrow. Possibly, but I'm still going with Allen. If I got to choose out of all these quarterbacks, I'm taking Allen.
Agreed. All right, so we'll slot him in as first. So OMG gets the 3 points. Second, between Burrow, Kyler, Hurts, Lamar, Dak, Mahomes, Herbert. Who stands out to you out of the crew there? I would pull Dak out of that list. I don't think he's quite in the same category.
Jalen Hurts, no.
Yeah, I don't think I'd quite put him that high. I like him a lot, but so then we're down to Burrow, Kyler, Lamar, Mahomes, Herbert. Probably put Burrow out of that group as well.
Yeah, I was
I'm
going to say
high on him.
You take Burrow out of the group.
That's what I'm thinking. Are you thinking you take him? You're thinking he might lead the group for you?
Yeah, you're leaning towards Herbert. I know you are.
Well, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I really like Lamar. I think he could have a huge bounce back year. I do really like Herbert as well. He doesn't add quite the rushing upside as someone like Lamar or Kyler, Hurts even, but I think that he'll have a big year.
Yeah, I don't know. It's to me some of these guys.
We don't have to agree though. I mean, we can assign OMG, 3 and 3 and give him 6 points right off the top there, and then we can kind of go who gets 1 or 2. It could be different people, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's all right? So if you're locking in 2, let's just say you got to pick 2 of them, and then we can figure out the second and third in terms of order. Who's your 2 favorite that are left out of those?
Out of all those, probably Burrow and Kyler Murray.
Burrow and Murray, eh? And I'm thinking, probably Lamar and Herbert, but Kyler's in there too.
It's ridiculous. We're not even mentioning Mahomes. I mean,
honestly, though, I think it's the right way to approach this. I don't think Mahomes is a top 3 quarterback. You could even make a case he's maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. I mean, it's if you believe Jalen Hurts is going to take the step that folks are thinking, then I would have him ahead of Mahomes.
Yeah.
All right. So who are you locking in as your second favorite?
Burrow.
Okay. So you're going to give Craig the 2 points there. And I'll go Lamar. So I'll give Jay the 2. And then who's number 3 for you?
I like Kyler Murray. I like that offense there.
It's tough for me. I think I lean Herbert only because I think Kyler's going to have a tough time with Hopkins out the first 6 weeks. Rondell Moore's banged up. Zach Ertz is banged up. Antoine Wesley's banged up. Like I think he's going to get off to a slower start. So I think at the beginning, he won't be as effective.
Mm-hmm.
Long term, like when you get to your playoffs and stuff, he might be, top 2, top 3, but we'll see. All right. So that gets us through the quarterback. So we both went with OMG, who ended up with 6 points, which is going to massively bolster his team. Then we separately went with Jay and Craig, and then with myself and Don there. All right. Over to the tight end position. So this one's a little more intriguing. I think there's a lot of room for discussion at the top and then even after that. So Pitts. So Kreger's got Pitts. Don's got Waller. Dan's got Kelsey. OMG's got Hawkinson. Jay's got Andrews. Evan's got Schultz. You got Dawson Knox. And I got Dallas Goedert.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think Andrews and Kelsey are most people's top 2. Thoughts on how you got those guys?
I have Pitts in there as well too. So I think Pitts is the top. Kelsey obviously too. Him and Pitts are my 1-2 kind of guys, and then Andrews would be my third.
Interesting. So you would go Pitts ahead of Andrews.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's a guy that's not even on this list because somebody took 2 tight ends, and that's what's his name, Kittle from San Fran. Because he wouldn't go in the top 3 for me, but he would be up there. He'd be ahead of Knox and I'd possibly even Schultz.
Right. Who ended up with Kittle?
Craig. He took Kittle.
Right. He's got Pitts and Kittle.
Yeah.
Right. And I went with Pitts instead of Kittle as his option, which I think is the right move. Okay. So let's agree that Andrews, Kelsey, and Pitts are the top 3. What order are you finalizing them in then?
Yeah, I think I'd go Kelsey actually number 1.
Kelsey 1?
Yeah. Just because I think with not such a strong, we don't know what that wide receiver core is going to be like. He's going to be relied on a lot, so I think he's going to have a heck of a season.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a strong case for him. I think his risk is higher in terms of his age and production dropping, but his role is like absolutely cemented in a high passing offense. Whereas Andrews could actually get better. Even he's only I think he's his 4th year maybe. So like he's still a young talent that's getting better. But there is Rashad Bateman there, and the passing volume is going to be a lot less in Baltimore. So I think it's a bit of a coin toss. I'd probably take Andrews for the upside of, what he could do like he did last year there with the blow up games and consistency, but I think it's close.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'll go Andrews, Kelsey, Pitts. And then you're going to go Kelsey, Andrews, Pitts? Or Pitts, Andrews?
Yeah.
All right. Now things get a little more interesting because there's a lot more folks to talk about.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I did the top 4 in terms of depth at each position. Remembering, we're an 8-team league, so, it's going to be a lot more talent on each roster.
Yeah.
So this is a tough way to just read all 8. And then, I guess we could do that. And then you and I'll have access to see them all. But we can maybe even just eliminate kind of the worst one or try.
What we're looking at is who's got the best core. Like it's not just
not one, but the combined 4 players.
Okay.
4 players.
Okay.
So Craig's got Keenan Allen, Michael Pittman, Mike Williams, Hollywood Brown. Don's got Debo, Tyreek, DK Metcalf, Rashad Bateman. Dan's got Cortland Sutton, Brandon Cooks, Mooney, Godwin. OMG's got Adams, Deontay, Judy, Smith. Jay's got AJ Brown, McLaurin, Allen Robinson, and Christian Kirk. Evan's got Cup, Diggs, DJ Moore, and Ayuk. You got Mike Evans, Higgins, Waddle, Michael Thomas. I got Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, and Gabe Davis. So any teams stand out that you're like, oh, they have to be in the top 3 or no chance in the top 3 as you're reading through those?
I hate doing this, but your core of guys is kind of up there in my opinion with Chase. Anytime you have Lamar Chase, and I think
Justin Jefferson,
Gabe Davis could have the big breakout that you're talking up. So that's something that is a possibility. And I like CJ Lamb. I think he's going to have a good season with Dallas and Jefferson as well too. So I like that core.
Me too.
I'm not saying you're number 1. I'm just saying, you're definitely in the top 3.
In the top 3. Yeah. Yeah. I think Dan's core of like Sutton, Cooks, Mooney, and Godwin is okay, but I don't think it cracks the top 3.
Yeah, by the end of the season, it could. It could be
maybe. Yeah.
If Godwin
break out and Godwin's healthy and
Tom Brady, like he is 45, and I mean, how much more can he kind of do? So, good core. Yeah, another one that would be up there. I'm just kind of, I don't mind the whole Adams.
Deontay Johnson, Judy, and Smith.
I like Adams and Judy, but I don't know if it cracks top 3.
Yeah. I mean, probably Evan comes to mind next. Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore is pretty strong 3-pack, and then Brandon Ayuk, not bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong one. I like my 3 guys. It's my 4th guy that I don't really like. I like Evans, Higgins, Waddle. I think those are 3 good guys, but Michael Thomas was a bit of a gamble, so we'll see.
I don't mind it though, as if that's your 4th option sort of thing. That's a pretty good.
Yeah, well, I mean, he, at one time was one of the top receivers in fantasy, so
yeah,
let's hope he can kind of get back to those days. I don't know, but yeah, I like Cup, Diggs, Moore, and Ayuk. It would be up there.
Yeah.
So those are 2, you and Evan.
I agree with you there. It gets tough, eh?
Yeah.
Don, Debo, Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, and Bateman. I mean, it fades off a bit because you really don't know what you're going to get out of Bateman and DK Metcalf.
Yeah, I like the first 2. Keenan. I like Keenan, Pittman, Williams, and
I don't like that Craig's got 2 Chargers as his top 2.
That's
dicey.
Yeah.
I like Pittman. I like Hollywood. I don't mind Keenan and Mike Williams either, but don't like that.
Throw my name in there. I like mine.
Yeah, I think yours is worthy. I think you're right. I'm just running through Jay's AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, Allen Robinson, Christian Kirk. They're good, but I'm with you. I think it's me, you, and Evan. I think that's where we go here.
Yeah,
all right.
You're number 1. Like that, and then I'd go Evan, and then go myself.
Yeah, it's Cup over Evans, Diggs over Higgins. I might go Waddle over DJ Moore. That's close, but Ayuk and Michael Thomas. I think you're right. It's just a slight edge there.
Yeah,
but it's close.
That's a good duel to have, eh? Cup and Diggs.
Yeah, that's a nice 2-pack to start out there every week. Okay. Last but not least, the backfield. So this one, I mean, I think the top option is going to be a lock because of who the 4 of his 5 players were running backs in terms of keeper, but we'll get there in a minute. So Krager's got Kamara, Aaron Jones, Barkley, and then he didn't take a running back for a while. So Kenneth Walker III. Don's got JT, Mitchell, and then Kareem Hunt and Tony Pollard is kind of 2 nicer options. this is the one that's going to stand out. Dan has Eckler, Najee, Swift, and Fournette. OMG has Chubb, and then Brees Hall, J.K. Dobbins, Devin Singletary, Jay Scott, Henry, CEH, Jacobs, and Edmonds. Evan only drafted 3 running backs, which is going to come back to haunt him. Alvin Cook, Montgomery, 2 of his keepers, and then A.J. Dillon. You've got Mixon, Connor, Akers, and Gibson. And then I got CMC, Javonte, Zeke, and Damian Pierce, the rookie. So, I mean, it seems hard not to give Dan the win here.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid lineup he's got there. Eckler, Najee Harris, and Swift, and Fournette. All starters.
And he knew, like, when he made his 5 keepers, he was choosing those 4 plus Kelsey. So it was kind of over at that point, right?
Yeah.
He sunk his team a bit at the other positions, but okay. So Dan's number 1. So now we're seeing who the battle for 2 or 3. So Evan has to lose because he doesn't have a 4th running back.
Yeah.
So he's out. I think Dawn's got like a really strong 1, but then it fades pretty quickly. So I would probably throw her out of the equation. Your dad's is kind of similar. Like Chubb's good. Hall could be good. Dobbins will be good once he's back and healthy. Singletary will be good to start the year. So he's maybe better than I give him credit for there.
I would say he's the 4th team. I would say myself and you.
Yeah.
Because, I look at Craig's. Craig's not bad. Got some potential with Kamara and Jones. But
Barkley.
then Barkley, what's...
Kenneth Walker III is the rookie on Seattle that's currently recovering from hernia surgery and will probably miss time at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then has to take over Rashad Penny, right? So there's not a bad long-term option, maybe.
I like yours, Christian McCaffrey, Javonte, Zeke, and Pierce. Who knows what kind of season Zeke's going to have? He was on my team for a long time, so
I don't love it, but I'm partly excited about it at the same time. Yeah, and I think you're looking at Jay. Henry's solid. CEH, I'm iffy on. Jacobs, I'm a little iffy on, even though they got rid of Kenyon Drake. I like Chase Edmonds, but yeah, I like your Mixon and Connor. I'm excited about Cam Akers, but a little nervous because of the coming back off the torn Achilles. Also dealt with a soft tissue issue, but him and Henderson were reported today to be good to go, so they should be healthy. And then Antonio Gibson, I mean, Brian Robinson with the unfortunate news there that he was victim of a shooting there, of a robbery. So
speedy recovery.
Gunshot wounds to the leg and seems to be okay, stable condition, released from hospital, put on the PUP list, so he'll miss the first 4 weeks, but no guarantee as to how much longer. So Gibson's got to be at least, the 1A to start that offense. And God forbid he fumbles again, but he's going to have every opportunity. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think you deserve to be in the top 3, and it would probably be me or Craig. Depends on how much faith you have in Kamara Jones. But yeah, I guess CMC's pretty far ahead of all of those guys. He's right there. So I think, just because it's so top heavy.
Walker not being started. Like if we're looking strictly at fantasy, I mean, we can look at the.
Yeah, my man Damian Pierce will be a starter on day 1, even though he's starting for the Houston Texans, and Rex Burkhead is still catching passes in the backfield. But
who's Houston's quarterback?
Davis Mills, man. Rookie. He was literally the second best rookie last year in a class that was full of rookie quarterbacks. 5 picks in the first 15 or 12, whatever Fields went was the last pick. Or Mac Jones went, sorry.
I have not paid attention to anything Houston's done. I have no idea who's on that team.
It's Davis Mills. It's the perennial underrated player, Brandon Cooks. And then Nico Collins, the rookie wide receiver from last year. Brevin Jordan, the rookie tight end from last year. And now Damian Pierce, the rookie running back this year. So super young squad, but some interesting players there.
Hey, they could pull it off.
They sure could. All right. You going you
Dan.
is 2, me is 3, or you is
Yeah.
3, me is 2? Where are you going?
I'm going Dan, number 1, myself, number 2, and you 3.
All right. I think if I'm being honest, well, Gibson. Yeah, you know what? I'll counter you with putting myself ahead, because why not?
Oh.
Okay. So that leaves us, if we do the total. So Craig gets 5 points. Don gets 1. Ian gets 11. OMG gets 6. Jay gets 6. 7 gets 4. 5. So by the mathematical rankings, it would have Dan finishing first, me finishing second, and then OMG and Jay tied for third, but barely ahead of you and Craig. So that's the mathematical version of it. Would be Dan, me, and then OMG and Jay, and then Craig and you, then Evan, then Don. Which is intriguing, because it's not like Don has a bad roster. She just doesn't have the best roster in any particular position. So
it changes throughout the whole season. I mean, guys that we feel like may not be good today are great tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So
one injury, right, is all it takes to shift everything.
For sure. And just getting into game mode, like game form, and just, some guys just need that actual physical game, not preseason.
Yeah. Well, and you lose a guy who's, like, say, for example, like we said, who'd we go with on wide receivers? We went with, mine, right? But yeah, if maybe that's not as, because there's some good depth there. But say like someone like your dad, who's top heavy, right? He's got Devontae Adams, and then it jumps to Deontay Johnson, Judy, and Smith. Adams takes a hit, and those 3 guys got to step up. Depending on who else you have, like, that receiver core drops pretty quickly, right? So, depth is going to be important. Making moves off the waiver. So factoring in just sort of, everybody's ability to make moves, everybody's ability to, manage their team, who they've currently got, any personal biases of believing in yourself versus other people.
Yeah, that's it too, right?
Yeah. All right, let's go final standings, but we'll go bottom to top. So who do you have finishing in 8th place after the regular season is all said and done? Because, where you finish doesn't really matter for playoffs, as long as you're top 4.
Oh, someone's not going to be happy with me.
I know. Yeah, I'm going to make you just throw somebody under the bus to get us started.
Oh, man.
It's hard, man.
And I'm going with one of the siblings. And sorry, Don. You're getting the blue balls again.
Oh, he's throwing Don under the bus to get the Sanchez Trophy and finish in last place.
Yeah.
It's rough. You're going with the mathematics there. Her team only got the 1 point, so clearly siding on that side of things.
Probably wrong. Very wrong.
You say you're probably wrong?
Yeah, I'm going to hope so.
Could be. I feel bad. I know it's not a good feeling. You're going to have to trash somebody, but I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do here. All right, I'm going to go Evan. Actually, I think he's going to fall from grace here. He's made the playoffs the last couple years. He's done well. He had a nice run last year, but I worry about his running back depth, and I think that he's got the Dak Schultz stack, which is okay. But aside, once you get out of Kupp, Diggs, DJ Moore, Dalvin Cook, things start to get dicey. So I just feel like he won't be able to consistently compete, and an injury or two could really throw things off for him. Sorry, buddy. He usually calls me on Mondays too, so I'm going to hear about that one. All right. So you got Dawn. She's out of the equation. I got Evan. Who do you got at number 7?
I think you convinced me on Evan.
Oh, no.
I mean, yeah, the running back depth is kind of the thing, and I get a little worried with having a couple same teammates on the team. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. So
Yeah, it does pay off when they're elite options. And I mean, Dak
for
is
sure,
still up there, and Dalton Schultz could be, but not the same as like Jay, who's got Lamar and Andrews as a stack that I would feel much more excited about.
for sure.
So yeah, that's a fair conclusion to come to there. Oh man. Who goes next? I think it's so hard because his team looks so good right now. But it's because he had so many picks, but I just don't know that it holds up. We'll see. All right. I'm gonna deal with the other sibling, and I'm gonna throw Kreger under the bus as the 7th place team.
Ooh,
Even though he made a handful of really nice picks there at the beginning, he's got some nice team. I like his tight end. I don't mind his wide receiver core. I like a couple of his backs, but just not confident about the overall squad to get him to the finals there, to get him to the final 4. But all right. So number 6 so far, you've knocked off Don and Evan. Who's coming in at number 6?
uh, hmm. I like the Lamar Andrews pick, but I gotta say Jay.
Ooh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm not too big on the wide receiver core, and the running backs aren't bad, but questionable. So
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, he is pretty top heavy in terms of the talent.
it's going to be close. I true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I mean,
it's
like
gonna be
last
close.
year, we go through this, but like there was 5 team, the top 5 team, or no, there's one team at the top, and then like the next 4 teams had the same record. So
Mhm.
like things can get crazy where, at the end of the season, it's only a couple of wins that separate like 3rd from 6th or 7th. So it's
Yeah.
not to say that if you're 7th, like you're not still gonna have a good year. Okay, think I'm gonna go. Oh, jeepers! I'm right there with you. I'm debating between a couple people here. This is where it kind of like gets interesting, but I think I will go. I think they're gonna carry him though. Man, I'm torn. I like so many players there. I know. I gotta just come off the clock here and make a decision. All right. Despite having my favorite quarterback and one of my favorite receivers, I think it's OMG for me next.
Oh,
Means we've got three different players at each spot so far. The only player we've both put down is Evan, so that's not a great sign for Evan. All right. Number 5. This is the last person that conceivably would miss the playoffs.
I'm gonna go Craig.
Okay, now you're throwing out Kreger.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna give reasons.
I'm not even gonna give.
I think it's gonna be close. He's got a pretty decent team, but top heavy, like you kind of said. So, but I
Yeah.
like the Burrow Pitts combo. But
Yeah, I think for me, it's the difference between you and I on Burrow, right? Like I wouldn't have even had him in consideration with the top 5, and you had him too. So that makes a big difference. If you think he's got a decent quarterback, then I think 5's a good ranking. If you think that Burrow's not going to compete with all the other teams' quarterback, then I think 7 makes more sense. But different of opinion there. Okay. So who do I think here? I'm gonna go.
What's it gonna be?
I know, man. There's two teams left. There's a clear top three to me, and there's these two teams not in it. But all right. I think I will go. Concerned about them. I think that's why. Yeah. I think ultimately I gotta go down here. It's my number 5 team. All right. Who do you have it? Have we gone any of the same? Oh, so I haven't said J, and you haven't said OMG. Otherwise, we've said 3 of the same 4 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Is OMG number 4, or do you have a different person number 4?
I do have a different person number 4, and it's only because I think it's Dan.
Okay, the Dan man.
I like again, like it's a solid team. It's, I mean, you know, if Godwin doesn't get off to a good start, but those 4 running backs worry me.
That's why I think I can't have him 4.
Yeah,
it's got to be in the top 3 for me. But I see what you mean about the wide receiver core. Sutton's a hopeful breakout. Cooks is reliable, but not necessarily elite. Mooney is expected to be good and probably take a huge step forward. Godwin's good once healthy. But I mean, he's going to be playing all 4 of his running backs every week and throwing 2 of those guys in, hoping that they do well enough to keep him in competition with some pretty solid receivers.
Those guys go down.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
Excuse me, yeah. If he loses somebody, especially from that 4-pack of running backs, then it could get dicey. I have the person that you had that I have not mentioned, which is Jay, slotting in at number 4. So your top 3 is going to be me, you, and OMG.
Yeah.
Mine's going to be me, you, and Dan. Who do you have at 3?
OMG.
Okay. And oh man, it's so close. I think.
Who are you gonna say, Josh? Who are you gonna say?
Sorry, my man.
I know you're putting me at 3rd.
I'm gonna throw you at 3.
Yeah, because I know Hurts is your boy.
I know it's hard. Really, I like Hurts. I like Kelsey. Because Hurts over Mahomes, Kelsey over Knox. I like your receivers better, but I like the 4-pack of running backs. So it's tough.
Yeah,
I think it's
Mahomes.
Close,
Mahomes is going to be consistent, just like he was the previous seasons. Last season was an off one. Don't worry about it.
I could eat it on Mahomes. Mahomes and Burrow are the 2 quarterbacks that I'm like very much lower than most folks on, and I could be wrong about both of them. So we'll see.
You're wrong, but Mahomes.
I mean, he's great, man. He's been great. But we do play in a 4-point touchdown league, so the rushing upside of some of those players like Hurts and Lance and Allen and stuff is big.
For sure.
All right. No, I'm going to guess there's no surprise here. You got yourself at 1 and me at 2?
Yeah. Then I'm guessing
right.
the other way. Same for you. You got yourself at 1 and Dan at 2.
That's right. But we both have each other and Dan. So yeah, Dan, me, you is top 4 in both lists, and either OMG or J makes the playoffs depending on which list. So final standings: I have me, Dan, you, Jay, Don, OMG, Krager, Evan. You have you, me, OMG, Dan, Krager, Jay, Evan, Don. So a little bit of discrepancy. And
I'm going to change it, actually. I'm putting you at the bottom. You're going to pick bottom this year. I don't know if they would just I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see any injuries or anything like that happen. So
No,
you got too good of a team.
I don't think I'll get that far down, but it's gonna be a journey, man. It's gonna be a fun battle again. So, all right, so lots of great options, lots of solid players at each of the positions. Hopefully, that helped to kind of give an idea of how we value some of the different players that you might be looking at, and what core we liked the best, and who we liked better than others. Lots of fun drafts for folks coming up this weekend, and like I said, 6 days till Thursday night football. Woo-hoo.
College football tomorrow. Check it out. Just college
Yeah,
football.
yeah. Get your fill while you're holding out for NFL, man. It's a great way, and get a head start on some of the rookies for next year.
Yeah, big sports weekend. Big sports weekend. It's all coming back.
Yeah,
it's all coming back.
Woo-hoo. All right. So you can find us GibsonFantasyFootball.com, Gibson_FF on Twitter, Gibson Fantasy Football, Instagram, YouTube, Podbean, and Spotify. Appreciate anybody who wants to leave a comment for us or find us and interact in any of these spots. Also appreciate any likes or subscriptions here. Anything you want to throw out there before we wrap up this fine Friday evening?
No, just hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that like button.
That's right. Get after it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to everyone out there. Hopefully your draft goes well and you're excited for week 1. And we'll be back next week to preview all the matchups for our league and break down some of the NFL players.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, clear eyes, full heart.